All right, y'all, welcome back to week number 4, workout number 2. Today's focus is upper body and core. We're gonna be utilizing just 2 dumbbells today, a lot of body weight movement, hitting our chest, shoulders, triceps, biceps, and of course, all of the area around our midsection. So I hope you're ready. I'm super excited. Upper body days are one of my favorites. And let's just get right into the warm up. All right, starting by rotating up, out, and around. Shoulders, big rotations here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Few more times, just starting to warm up that upper body. Now go into big rotations to that whole arm here. You want to lead with your thumb and rotate, end with your pinky. Lead with your thumb, end with your pinky. I'm really excited. I love upper body day, especially when I can utilize, say, switch arms. Especially I can utilize a little bit of weight, but also emphasize some push-up variations, some plank variations, maybe your favorite, but maybe not. You know, they're not everyone's cup of tea, but they do get us really strong. So we're gonna utilize them today. Meet me at the back of your mat. Walk it all the way out into a high plank position. And then from here, bring your hips up back to that downward dog, back into your high plank, and rotate towards the sky, stacking everything to one side. Downward facing dog, high plank, and rotate towards the opposite side. Keep that going at your own pace. Just trying to open up through that top and mid back. Warming up your shoulders because like I said, we are gonna be hitting a lot of plank variations today. I wanna make sure that we're prepped for the work ahead. Give me one more each side. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Meet me back in that high plank. And from here, I just want you to go into slow shoulder taps, right and left, and then tap your knee, right and left. Shoulder tap, knee, knee. If bringing your opposite hand, opposite knee is too much, you can always just tap your hip, right and left. But what my goal for you and myself right now is to get that core fired up. Breathe through it. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip, or shoulder, shoulder, knee, knee. Knee, knee. Sounds like honestly, that'd be a good dog name, I feel like. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Last little bit of the warm up. We're gonna open up our wrists and then get our chest ready. So I want you to meet me in a nice tabletop position. Face your fingertips towards your body and just lean back ever so slightly, opening up those wrists. Breathe through it. Flip those palms over so now they face upwards and the tops of your hands are on the ground. Fingertips still facing towards your knees. Lean back, open things up. Awesome. Final home stretch of the warm up are gonna be some modified push-ups. So I want you to start on your toes, tuck your hips underneath your body, squeeze your glutes, pull your shoulder blades back and down, and slowly lower all the way down to the ground. As slow as possible. Completely release. From here, lift and squeeze through that mid back, and then just meet me right back up the top. You can get there as how you want to, whatever your fitness level is. It can be back in that push-up. It can be just crawling back up to the top, and keep it going. As slow as you can, keeping your elbows pulled in. Fully release, lift and squeeze, and then meet me back on the high plank. 2 more, just like that. Slow, 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 release, squeeze. And last one. Squeeze. And done. Warm up is complete. I hope your upper body, core, everything is feeling nice and ready. And now let's explain the workout ahead. What we have going on is, again, upper body and core focused, right? We have 3 exercises in the first round, hitting each one 4 times back to back. Going through that, it's a 12-minute round, and then we'll take a nice big rest and move on to another set of 3 exercises. The first one's gonna be a pike push-up, then we go into a plank renegade row, and finally we finish off with a bicep to shoulder press. Bicep curl to shoulder press. We're gonna go in about 45 seconds, but what I want you to do and have handy is obviously your weights for the row. Think about how heavy you wanna go. You don't wanna go extremely heavy, but you do wanna make sure it's very, very challenging. You can keep the reps in control and the weight is not controlling you. Bicep to shoulder press, same exact thing. Make sure we are prepped for the work ahead. You're gonna meet me in a high, almost like a downward dog style position. Fingertips face slightly in, and you're gonna go all the way down, pressing your elbows out and push right back up. Move one, 45 seconds on, 15 off, 4 times those pike push-ups in 3, 2, and let's go. You can make it more challenging by walking feet up towards your fingers and really try to aim to get that full range of motion. Tapping your head to the ground and pushing right back up. Oh my gosh, these always get me. They're so tough. 15 seconds. Getting your shoulders prepped. You should feel the work in your triceps as well. I am playing games though, y'all. We're gonna right into a push-up variation. 3, 2, and rest. 1 down, 3 to go. 1 down, 3 to go, that's it. Warm up those wrists, prep. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Round number 2. Tap and push. Tap and push. These kinds of push-ups aim and target your shoulders more so than in a regular push-up, when obviously you're targeting more of your chest and your core. This is a great variation. Excuse me, Siren. This is a great variation for anyone who doesn't have weights handy and wants to do a little bit of a shoulder workout. 3, 2, 1. 2 down, 2 to go. Shake it out. Once we're done with these though, the best part is we're done. We're not gonna hit them again. We move on. Let's go. These are really tough. Anytime you feel your heels touching the ground, I want you to think about lifting your heels up, sending that weight into your shoulders. It's gonna make it really challenging, but I know you can handle it. Keep it up. Less than 10. Rest. Already onto the final set of this exercise. And then we move into our plank rows. This is more geared for the front part of our body and our shoulders. The next move is gonna be more geared towards our backs and of course shoulders, being in that plank position. Stay present. Make every rep count. Slow and controlled. So strong, keep it up. 10 seconds. 2, 1, rest. Going right into it. The only break time we're gonna get is between those 2 major sets. So after the 3rd exercise, I want you to find the high plank. You're gonna row right and then row left. Easy peasy. Lock down those hips. Widen your feet if you need to. And then think about pulling your elbow back towards the back of the room, towards your hip, versus pulling straight up. That way, you'll target more lats, your triceps, and avoid injury. Because what I see all the time with rows is you stay really hunched in and crowded in. You can make sure everything stays nice and open. Rest. If the weight is too light after round one, make that judgment call, grab for heavier weights, do what you need to, and make sure to push yourself. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. You should feel just about every muscle working here. Obviously upper body, but even more so in your core to keep you from swinging side to side. Less than 10. Rest. Shake it out. Y'all, our upper body's gonna be freaking yoked. We're freaking yoked. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Round 3 of 4. The more you can think about the connection between your lat and this row, the better off you're gonna be. And it's gonna help again by pulling that weight back towards the wall versus up toward the ceiling. 10 seconds. Rest. Final round. Final round. We go into the final move of round 1. Big deep breath. Shake it out. Going in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Do not forget to breathe during the workout. As hard as it gets, I'm here to remind you, form is everything. So keep up that form. You're showing up, you're putting in the work, make it count. Last 10. Rest. Oh, final move. We're going into that bicep to shoulder press. I'm just gonna swap to a slightly lighter weight. And we're on. Standing up nice and tall. We're gonna do one arm at a time. Bicep, press overhead, and then alternate. Make sure when you're standing, if you can see me on the screen, knees are slightly bent, feet are directly underneath my hips, shoulders are rolled back and down. When I press overhead, not letting your booty poke out, keeping everything locked and loaded. So rib cage tucked down, hips tucked up. Less than 10. And rest. Oh my gosh. 1 down, 3 to go. Big rest coming up after these next sets. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I like to cue shoulder presses when that palm comes up with that weight, palm faces towards you, and then pushes out and away from you at the top. It just is more of like a natural movement pattern through your shoulder versus keeping things really stagnant and stale. You want to have rotation through your shoulder joint is meant to rotate, it's meant to move. And you want to mimic that with your exercise as much as possible to make sure you're working the appropriate muscle groups for healthy and long active joints. Rest. Oh, it's getting hot. I always underestimate upper body days. I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna sweat that much. I'm just doing upper body. Joke's on me, right? Beads of sweat. Let's go. Dripping down. You can also make this more challenging by doing both arms at the same time. If your shoulder mobility allows it, do both. Press up and down. Essentially, you're just getting more reps in during that time frame. And also mobility-wise in your shoulders, it's usually a little bit tougher to push overhead, both arms at once, while keeping your rib cage locked down, keeping your core engaged. Again, this is just an advancement in your workout. You don't have to do that, but it's an option for anybody who wants to take it. Rest. Final 45, we'll rack the weights, move on to the second set of 3 exercises and get a little bit of a breather, a little water break. Pull your shoulders back and down, and let's go. Nice, how control that movement. Oh my gosh. Bicep and press. Nice, y'all. Keep it up, keep it up. Ah. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Heck yes. We just have about 60 seconds of rest, so shake things out, grab a sip of water, towel off if you need to. And we're gonna move on to the second set of moves. Move number 1, don't hate me. We're doing push-ups, but the more general version here, a push-up to shoulder tap. Move number 2 is a prone with an alternating reach around, so lying on the ground and reaching one arm at a time backwards. Final move is a plank walkout, utilizing really your core to keep you stable and upright. I want to prepare you mentally with a lot of shoulders. Gear up, buttercup, because we're gonna make them burn. My goal isn't necessarily to make your shoulders fall off, your arms fall off, but if it happens in the process, honestly, I'm not sorry. Honestly, I'm not sorry. We're doing a shoulder tap to push up. Same concept, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. If you can't get that full range, modify to your knees. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Elbows push straight back, tap right, tap left. Nice. Tap right, tap left. Keep it up. You guys already know that I do love push-ups, and it's because they're really a full body movement. Is your upper body working the most? Abso-freaking-lutely, but your abs, they are far behind in the work they're putting in. 3, 2, and rest. I loved it. I love to put myself through some torture, I guess. I really do. Last 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Breathe through it. Again, I want you to find that full range in that push-up. It's the only way we get stronger. If you need to modify, go to your knees, lift your heels up, modify down to your knees. Oh, 15 seconds, come on. 3, 2, and rest. 2 down, 2 to go. We got this. Big inhale, shoulders back and down. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap right, tap left. Don't mind the activity going on in the household. In the house, yes. Thank you for the correction. Ah, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. One more, just one more, ain't no thing. 3, 2, 1. Last push-ups of the day. Lock in that belly. Don't let it dip before your chest hits the ground. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your core, pull your shoulders back and down. Every rep counts, come on. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1, rest. Move number 2, prone with an alternating pull down. I'm gonna go this way just because I know my hands are gonna hit that border. Lying on your belly. 3, 2, and 1. One arm at a time. If that one arm at a time is too much, you can always just do both arms at the same time, pulling your elbows back and down like a goal pose position. These are so freaking sneaky. One of my favorite upper body weight exercises. Again, just 45 seconds here, 4 times, and we move on. If you need a rest, take a rest break and get right back into it. Rest. Oh, this is the best one because you can lay on your stomach and just lie down. Working into your back again, shoulders back and down. Squeeze through your mid-back and try to lift your chest and your quads up off the ground. That's gonna get more of that back engaged. Those delts engaged, rear delts to be more specific. Breathe through it. I told you these were sneaky. Damn. I probably shouldn't curse on YouTube, but sometimes I can't help when I'm working out, you know? Nice, y'all. 3, 2, 1, rest. 2 down, 2 to go. We got this. Big inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Lift. Squeeze. Squeeze that elbow back. Come back through center. Cameo by the Boyfriend in June. Oh!
Here.
That's perfect timing, yes,
Here,
June.
hey, get over here. Hey. Get in there.
3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, that's not a blooper. That's just y'all for the taking. That's free. That's free entertainment right there. Last round right here. Squeeze. Squeeze. Elbow pull straight back. 45 seconds. And we're done. Squeeze to that back. You should feel all the muscles along your spine engaged. Shoulders fired up. If you don't, I'm not gonna tell you twice, but you gotta work a little bit harder. Because I am there. Everything burns. Rest. Oh. Final move, the plank walkout. You're gonna start in a regular plank. Walk your hands out as far as you possibly can while keeping your core tight. So keeping your feet where they are, walk your hands out, and then walk them right back to the starting position. Belly tucked up and in, hips nice and stable. Less than 4 minutes of work, and then you move on with your day. I move on with my day, and that's a great day. Keep it up, 15 seconds. Rest. June over here, just causing a ruckus wherever she goes. 3 rounds, we got this. Shoulders pull back and down. And we're on. Try to hold at the bottom for a couple seconds before making your way back up. One of my favorite plank variations are these walkouts because so often, obviously myself included, I cue shoulders over wrists, but this helps to include your lat muscles. It helps to include more of your upper abdominals. It's a great functional core exercise. 10 seconds. Rest. Final 2 rounds. Final 2 rounds, final 90 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. You're doing great, we're almost there. This workout, less than 30 minutes. And I hope you already feel the benefits of moving and grooving like this today. Control through those abs. Less than 10. Rest. Y'all, final 45 seconds, and then we're done. We're so close, keep it up. Breathe, 3, 2, and 1. belly button up and in towards that spine. Make that last round the best round of the day. 15 seconds, we got this. Hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Done. Oh, the driblets of sweat are real. Great job, y'all. Let's finish the workout like we started. You can stay kneeling or you can stand. Shoulders up, back and around. Exhale. Shoulders up, back and around. And exhale. I'd love to know which move was your favorite, which one maybe was your least favorite. Comment down below one more time. And exhale. Give me a few neck rolls, keeping your chin on your chest, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, just opening up through that neck. Because we did a lot of shoulder work today. Want to make sure you're not tight. And we're done. Take some time to recover, properly fuel, drink a lot of water, but you freaking did it. We did it. Week 4, workout 2, check it off the list. If you enjoyed the workout, if you've been enjoying the 6-week program, please make sure to let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, Smith City, where I share things all the time, every single day, all week long. And I will see you in the next workout.